So let me close this one. Okay, so so let me go up. So this was the instruction format that we saw, correct? Now we have to address this part now. One we saw already for 66. I'm introducing you few other prefixes. We already talked about this opcode part. Okay, we again saw this mod rm. We saw this scale index base. Now immediate also we saw, which is added directly as a value. Okay, where if you recall, we saw 0A0000000 for move ex comma 10. Correct. Similarly, like if it is in square bracket, then that would be displacement. That would be address. Whatever the address that needs to be added. So at least we covered this part. Our important thing which is remaining is this one. Even I am going to show you few other tricks rather, like where you will see that the you may say like the opcode remains same. How to find out which instruction it is? Okay, now I will try to show that part too. Let me first try to address this prefixes part. Fine. So let me open a terminal. Now suppose now, okay, by the way, I'm talking about now bit of assembly. Okay, try to understand only feelings behind writing that code. Feelings, I mean to say what exactly the program is doing. I don't expect you to go through each and every instruction right now, but at least try to see. Like my task is now what I want is I have been given a string and I want to copy that string and put it in other variable. Fine. So let me take Emacs test string dot asm. So we'll give today's date 14/07/21. Is my screen visible? Hello, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So let me define my string. So I'm defining that as source define bytes. So this is a source string. Okay. Now we have to copy this till we get 0. Correct. So what we will do is we will compute length. Now there is a some operators also are added there. And EQU, which is a directive dollar dash source. So when you write this, len is equal to, so EQ is directive, which says that dollar dash source. So it computes length of number of characters here. So let me remove this space symbol too. So length should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So let us see like how what it displays. So let us say light length is only for displaying purpose to verify whether are we getting that correctly or not. So let me write this. Okay, so section dot text, then we will write global main and we will take extern printf and we want to print this message. So let me say push len push mhg call printf add esp comma 8. So we are trying to see whether it is printing that length, like len is containing some value, correct? So we want to see what value it prints. So nasm dash aplf32 test string, okay, gcc dash m32 test string dot o. So can you see 25? Okay, so like this is a directive that we used. If I change, like if we want to see that this is a source string. Now length is 25 na, so 26, 28, 29, 30, 31. The sourcing that. Okay, so we added 5 characters, so 25 plus 5, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. So let us see we get 30 there or not. NASM GCC a dot out. So we can see that that length is shown there. Okay, now our target is not that. Our target is to copy the string. Okay, so what I'm doing is now I have to declare the destination. So I'm declaring an initialized variable where number of bytes would be. I'm defining reserve byte. How many bytes are to be reserved? What are the number of bytes this length is having? Whatever the length is, so same length should be created for this. Correct. So let us do this way. So what we want now, let us move this to ECX, the word of len. So we let us say we try to do that from here. And if we say ECX, let us see we get it. NASM GCC. So what it is doing? It is showing us error. Okay. So let me make the small change again. So instead of this the word length, I will write len. NASM GCC a dot out. Correct. So I can see that as it is a direct, it is used with the directive. Correct. So this length I am pushing to ECX and then I can see that it is added. So we know already now that length is printed. Correct. So I am taking this somewhere here. Now I want to source pick a character by character. I am trying to copy this and add this to destination. How I do that? So let us say move. Here we will say move ESI. This is our source index. So we'll say source move. We are providing the addresses. Destination. Fine. And we are saying now byte of ESI. So we should take that byte into AL. Okay, because we want a byte. Byte means what? How many bits? How many bits? 8, correct? So if we recall 8-bit register is AHAL. So I am picking this AL. So I picked that character into AL and then I am saying move byte of whatever the address that EDI represents, store there as an a byte and AL. Okay, decrement ECX, CMP ECX comma 0. If it is not 0, jump not 0 to say label. What should happen? It should go here. But now side by side, what should happen? This ESI should move further and EDI also should move further. Correct? Both the registers should get increased. Sorry, both the address should get increased and move towards. So we have to add that part too. So let us say increment ESI, increment EDI. So we increase both the registers and we want that to now go here. So let me write here that label. So we said LP. So I'm adding one label. Okay, which is LP in this case. Now suppose my string gets copied. So now a string gets copied. So let me print the string. So push say source call puts add ESP comma 8. Push destination call puts add ESP comma, sorry, we should not take 8, but we should write 4 because we are only pushing 4. So what I did here, you can see, like if I ask you to write this code, what will you do? You will take one character from first array, correct? Store it with a variable and the same character do you copy it to next variable. And then you are going to increment address by 1 each. So that's what we are doing. Fine. So let us see what is the output. So hopefully there is no error. Okay, sorry, I forgot to add extern puts. because we are giving call to the function. Some GCC and a dot out. So you can see that my string got printed. 1 minute. So sorry. Let me go back here. So now you may see that my code got copied. Like whatever the string that I wanted to copy, both the values were displayed. So if I see the code, rather test string.asm, you can see that what we did. Now leave this code apart. So let us not worry about what is the length printed. So we took ESI address, sorry, source in a ESI, address of source in ESI, address of destination in EDI. We moved the counter to ECX and we said like this ECX is for I equal to len, I greater than equal to 0, I minus minus. That's what you are doing here. Correct. We want that kind of stuff. So like we said, move this assignment. We are moving a character, one character from ESI to AL, and then AL would be moved to EDI, and both the registers would be increased, and ECX would be decreased. And if ECX is not 0, then go on. So if I say put a comment, let me show you through debugging how it works. So we don't want this to be displayed. We want simply dash G dash fdwarf. So if I execute, you can see that it is displaying both. Now let me show you through debugging how it works. Okay, so let us display ECX, ESI, EDI. Fine. Let us set breakpoint and now say run. So ESI source. So one address is added. Correct. So if I write x/c, a character $ESI. So this is first character. Correct. Fine. So let me write EDI NI. So if I try to do the same thing with EDI, there is nothing stored. Correct. Now next instruction. Now see ECX became 30 because we had that length there. Correct. Now concentrate on each of these values. OK, let me display this XOR also $EAX2. What should I do? Let me display this in binary. Okay, which would be difficult for us to even let us take in hex as well. So it would be difficult for us to really see this. So both of them will be 0 now because we executed this XOR. Now next statement is this AL. So capital T, if you convert that to that hex, ASCII to hex and then see that, then that AL would be shown here like this. Correct. So this would be your character is copied. Now we are moving that to EDI. So let us write NI. Now if I write XOR, sorry, if I write this displaying that character, you can see that my character got copied. If my character that get copied, if I move to next again, so if I go on, now concentrate on this EDI value. EDI is 56. Earlier ESI was 8, so it became 9. So EDI would be increased now. So it is 57. Now next character would be picked. So if I write x/ESI, you will see now THIS, this, that's what we said, correct? So if I continue NI now, concentrate on the counter too. So this is 29. So it is moving to next character now. So again EX became 0. So next character is picked, which is small h. So its hex is picked, copied. So if I search, see this EDI, you can, sorry, not copied yet, na? So it is already incremented. Yeah, sorry. ESI, EDI. So if I see this, you can see THI because it is incrementing EDI. So I printed that. That's why. So this increment, and then if I tried this one, that's why it was showing slide 0. So if I go on, you will see that the counter is decremented. Can you see ECX is getting decremented every time? Yes. See, ECX value is changing, and even your address ESI and EDI value is also changing. Correct? Now, how many lines it took for us to write this code? So if I say continue, so it printed this, both the lines. Now, how many lines it took for us to write this code? Can we simplify this code by writing only one line? Okay, so what I'm doing is from here to here, from this line to this line. Okay, I'm removing everything with assumption that I'm adding one instruction. So I'm adding a string instruction, which is an addition by Intel. So which does exactly this task. So like whatever the thing that is done here. And as it is to be like move SB, move string as a byte. So byte by byte it will be doing. But now we want this ECX also to be say decremented, and ESI EDI should be incremented. So let me write here REP. Okay, now let me comment this code. So you will see that this would be automatically taken care of. Everything would be taken care of ultimately. So if I write repeat move SB, fine. So let me compile this code again. Let me do this and let me execute. Now you will see that both the things got executed. So if I try to see that LST now, dash L p.lst. So if I see this p.lst, now this is our instruction move SB. Okay, now you will see like we haven't used any register here, correct? Now in assembly programming, what happens is every instruction contains only, sorry, every line contains only one instruction. But whenever you use prefix like this, here we are using a repeat prefix, REP. Okay, so let us go to that PDF. So we got F3 and A4. Okay, so we will talk about move SB2. Let us go to this manual and let us try to see move SB. Yeah, this is move SB. Can you see move SB? What is the code? What is the code? Yes. A.
A4.
A4. So have we got A4? See here. Have we got A4? Yes. Correct? Have you got A4? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Then what is this F3? So let us go to this repeat. So let us see below. PQR. So try to find this repeat. Yeah. So we wanted repeat with move SB. So it was F4. Where is, what is not F4? Sorry, F3. Where can you see repeat with move S? See this one. Okay, now as we are moving a byte, 8 bit, na? So we are moving a 8-bit value. correct? That is the reason why you got F3, F4. So whenever you write repeat move S, and if your values which are not directly written there, which we replace it by move S and then we say B byte. That's why it took this F3, F4, and this F3 is the instruction prefix here added for move SB. So we already saw move SB was A4. Here what we got? We could see A4. Now if I go to that repeat prefixes above, okay, not here, but at the top where my instruction format is, you can see here. REP is encoded using F3H. This repeat prefix applies only to string and input output instruction. Correct. So it adds some other instructions too. So we are not interested in. So if I use this repeat, this is from first group for lock and repeat prefixes. And that's why this F3 was picked here to write before the opcode. Correct. So string, like you can see the size of the code too. Like what happened was, if I see over here, I got only 2 bytes. Okay, to write this whole code which was written below by us. This code. Now if I say, okay, so let us copy this p.lst. Let us see the size. la.out. Remember this size. Huh? Let me make the change in the code. And I am copying. No, I am what I'm doing is I'm adding comment to this repeat. Okay, and I'm moving this, removing this. Fine. Now if I try to see the code size, now remember the size above. NASM, let me remove this. NASM, then GCC. Let me create my exe. So I'm giving name as my exe. If I write my exe, see the size. What happened is, now you may be surprised, na? Earlier was 1632 and now it is showing 15612. How come? So if I generate that LST, okay, ASM dash L P dot, sorry, I made a mistake. Hopefully, no, I overwritten it. Okay. So if you recall, we all actually saw only 2 bytes there, correct? So in this case, if you see whatever were 2 bytes added earlier for this repeat move SB, now you see how many bytes are added. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So extra 12 bytes are added by us. Like if we could have written code using this, we could have got some additional stuff, which it is not showing us directly. Correct. So my target is not to talk about number of bytes here. My target was to talk about how these repeat prefixes are used. Okay. Now let me see another stuff. I have used a jump. Now what is happening, like when this code executes, so suppose it executed this, it reaches here. Then when it finds that, okay, this condition is not working, so it says jump not 0 to label. So this is the label. So if you see where exactly it can find that LP, this is backward. So this is called as backward jump. What is this? This is backward jump. And next would be forward jump. So if I try writing another code, section dot text global main move ex comma 10 cmp ax comma 10 jump pip 0 to lp move ex comma 12 increment. Now I'm abruptly writing anything. Okay. Now if I see here. Okay, so instead of this, I will write some register here. So that too, it would be easy for us to compute the bytes. Return. Okay, now see this code. I added move ex comma 10, cmp ex comma 10, jump pip 0 to LP. So it should come over here. And if it is not 0, sorry, if it is not 10, they are not equal. 10 and ex are not equal, then it should execute this part. Okay, so let us see this. Now we have p.lst with us, so we will use that later. Okay, side by side, because we will be requiring that backward jump and forward jump. Dash of elf32. Yeah, dash l p.lst. Let me take this q.lst. And earlier code was p.lst. So if you see, this p.lst was having a backward jump here. So LP, backward jump, correct? And with this q.lst, it is forward jump. Correct? Now you see, this required how many bytes? 1, 2, and 3. And LP is written here. That's why this 3. Am I right? But you may say, like, we should prove it other way as well. Correct? Okay, so let me make modification in my code. So I'm adding some more instruction here, so which will add a byte. EDX, increment, ESI, increment, EDI. So I'm adding 3 bytes. Correct? 1, 2, 3. So earlier 3 plus 3, so it should be 6. Try Q. So okay, we got error. Let us see line number 11. I might line, sorry, I wrote wrong. So we added 3 bytes. Let us see this. Now what it is showing us here? 6. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So actually it is not 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this address. So it should skip those bytes and should jump over here. Correct? So if it is forward jump, then it computes the number of bytes to be skipped and to where to jump to. Correct? But now if I talk about this earlier case where it is p.lst, let me see now. Okay, so let us see this code. So if I see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. Okay. If I take 12, can I represent 12 in binary? So with assumption, we are taking these many bytes. Huh? Let me count one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Correct? So let us go back to our regular formula of using the file. So let us take gedit. So now what value we have? 12. Let us write this 12 in binary. How will you write it? We have to fit in byte in a byte. This decimal 12 is to be written in a byte. So 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0. Correct? Because this 12 is decimal, not hex. Okay, if it is hex, then that number could be different. But this is now decimal 12 shown. Correct? Now what is one's complement of this? Can somebody tell me what is one's complement of this? So what you do? You make 0 to 1, 0 to 1, 0 to 1, 0 to 1, 1 to 0, 1 to 0, 0 to 1, 0 to 1. What is this number? If I represent this like this in a hex,
F.
is it F3? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now see the code. We got F2. So, like, what exactly happened there? So, is it taking this one as well? So, if this is 1, this will be 0. By counting this byte also. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So, if I take 13, 13 would be like this, correct? Now, one's complement would be this. Am I right? आप लोग यहाँ पर है?
Yes, sir.
So जो वंस कॉम्प्लीमेंट कंप्यूट किया मैंने उसमें क्या हुआ? I wrote this 13 in decimal. Okay, which I converted to hex like this. Okay, because a byte is to be added as an address. So if I compute one's complement, I got this. अभी हम ट्राई करते हैं, चलो वो इंस्ट्रक्शन नहीं देखेंगे, but we'll try to compute it. So let us try sample.asm.
सर ये बैकवर्ड जंप है इसलिए वंस कॉम्प्लीमेंट
Yes,
लेंगे.
yes, yes, yes. That's what I'm trying to show you. Huh? Oh,
Okay.
sorry, ये already है क्या? Okay. Emacs test sample.asm. अपने पास शायद कल वाला कोड होगा एक बड़ा. हाँ ठीक है, ये है. चलो लेट अस गो. बट वहां पर मेमोरी है शायद. एक मिनट, मुझे एक कोड ढूंढने दो विच विल हेल्प इजी फॉर अस टू 30/06/21. ओ 30 वाला है. Okay, let me write trial one. So that's So we are not worrying about instructions. Huh? We are simply saying jump LP. तो हम उसका जो ये होगा ना कन्वर्जन यहाँ पर हम डाल के रखते हैं कुछ ज्यादा. So that it will help us to compute number of bytes. Okay. Awesome. Your code. let me hide that LP wala part. Okay, jump wala part. Now count the bytes till LP. Second line तक का मतलब line number 6 जो है, count, try to count it till number of bytes. So total number of lines are 13. Are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. कितना है? 13, 14 कितना है? Yes, कितना है? ये काउंट करो ना, नंबर ऑफ लाइंस 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
14.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 2. सो नंबर ऑफ बाइट्स कितने हो गए? 28. करेक्ट?
28.
ठीक है, अभी बोलो कन्वर्जन करो 28 का. तो 29 करके रखते हैं हम, क्योंकि पहला वाला एक बाइट काउंट किया. तो 29 कैसे लिखेंगे? ये कितना आएगा? 8 + 4 + 2 ऐसे तो नहीं आएगा. तो ये पोजीशंस क्या क्या है हमारी? सो लेट अस से 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64. And 128. So this is that 8-digit thing, correct? So अभी 29 फिट करना है हमें. तो इसका मतलब क्या हो गया? कहाँ पे 1 आएगा? यहाँ पे तो 0 है, यहाँ पे 0 है, इससे छोटा है. सो 16 और 8 24, करेक्ट? 24 और 4 28. ठीक है, ये बराबर है. देखो एक बार, इज इट रिप्रेजेंटिंग 29?
Yes, sir.
ओके, तो अगर ये 29 है तो चलो इसका कॉम्प्लीमेंट निकालो अभी. सो वी हैव 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, सॉरी 1, 1, 1, 0, 1. ये हमारा नंबर है. सो इसका वंस कॉम्प्लीमेंट निकाल दे. करो क्या आएगा? 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. कितना आएगा? अब इसको कन्वर्ट करते हैं. क्या आएगा ये? 8 + 4 + 2. नेक्स्ट वाला क्या आएगा? 2. ठीक है, देखते हैं अभी क्या है. Can you see E2?
Yes, sir.
What the idea? Like what happens in a reverse jump and forward jump? Forward jump में क्या होगा? यहाँ पर हम क्या करेंगे? अभी यहाँ पर एक स्टेटमेंट लगा देंगे. सो विल से जंप PQ, और ये PQ इधर नीचे लिखेंगे, ये जंप LP से के पहले. ठीक है, सो नाउ वी हैव टू कंप्यूट दैट. यहाँ पे लिखते हैं हम GMP PQ, करेक्ट? और ये PQ है हमारा यहाँ पर. ठीक है, अभी फॉरवर्ड जंप है, आपको ध्यान में रखना है. ओके, चलो कैलकुलेट करो कितने बाइट्स है. फोर्टीन लाइन्स है ना अपनी अभी भी, करेक्ट? 28 आना चाहिए ना, मतलब हेक्स में 28 क्या आएगा? हेक्स में 28 आना है तो क्या हो जाएगा वो? ये 0 हो जाएगा ना यहाँ पर. तो इसका मतलब क्या रिप्रेजेंट करेगा वो? 1 ABC. 1C आना चाहिए शायद. यस और नो? आप लोग हैं, समझ रहा है मैंने क्या किया? यहाँ पे आपको नंबर ऑफ बाइट्स कंप्यूट करने हैं ना, तो नंबर ऑफ लाइंस कितनी है? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 और एक था क्या? हाँ 14, सॉरी 14. सो 14 मल्टीप्लाई बाय 2, सो 28 हो गया ना, 28 बाइट्स. सो 28 कैसे लिखेंगे ये? तो यहाँ का जो 1 का 29 के लिए हमने 1 किया था ना, उसको हटा दिया, तो ये हो गया 16 + 4 20, 20 + 8 28. So if I write this, this is 1 and this is ABC. 8 और 4 12 है ना, so A is 10, B is 11 and C is 12. करेक्ट? सो क्या आना चाहिए? ऐसा लगता है कि हमें एक 1C आना चाहिए. करेक्ट? लेट अस सी व्हाट वी गॉट. E2. Why?
सर 1C आया ऊपर.
सॉरी ऊपर देखना था. सॉरी मैंने गलत मूवमेंट किया. ठीक है. सॉरी माय बैड. सो लाइक वी कैन सी दैट इट इज 1C. सो फॉरवर्ड जंप अगर होगा तो इट विल कंप्यूट नंबर ऑफ बाइट्स फर्दर. Correct? And when backward jump is there, then it will, whatever the number of bytes are, whatever the decimal number that you get, take one's complement of it and then write. ठीक है? तो देखो फॉरवर्ड जंप बैकवर्ड जंप हैंडल कैसे होती है. बिकॉज एड्रेस कंप्यूटेशन इज व्हाट, लाइक यू आर गोइंग इन रिवर्स मैनर. अंडरस्टूड दिस वन? समझ में आ गया? मैं इसको 29 करके रखता हूं. ओके एंड आई विल कॉपी दिस. We'll say 28 so that it will help you. Correct? है ना? समझने के लिए बाद में. Fine. Understood this one now? So when you write this 0 0 0 1 1 1 0 0, so it becomes 1C. So that's why forward jump is showing you 1C. Correct? ठीक है? कोई query question?
No, sir.
पूछ सकते हो. नहीं? ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Now onwards, like from next lecture. From next lecture now, we are going to address few theoretical aspects by taking into consideration in this programming. Now you have to start thinking about this. So I'm giving you one assignment now, which is with respect to the data that we saw. I am assuming that you understood mod RM. Okay, can you please raise hands so that it can confirm me that you understood mod RM. Anyway, you can see those all other videos added there. Okay, so I assume you understood mod RM, correct? Okay, you assume understood SIB. Yes, SIB. Fine. Then you understood what? How the data is translated from data section. So we saw it converts to ASCII and then to hex, correct? Later we saw prefix, repeat prefix, as well as for 8-bit data, few things are added. Fine. So what we will do is next session would be dedicated only for doubt clearing. I'm not going to teach you anything in my Friday session. We'll try to find out if you have any doubts, because that day I will tell you what is to be done. So I'm giving you first assignment. What are the method that the file applied there to convert your text, sorry, to convert your data? So what is to be done? You use any programming language of your choice. Okay. So yeah, so let me see. So we took this one. Today wala testing tha na. Less dash LTR. So less test string 21.asm. So we saw that this is a string, correct? Suppose if I give this kind of text in my file, what you have to do is you have to read that, character one by one. Okay, you have to create another file. What will you do is you will read from original file where your text is. It could be a paragraph. Read one character, convert it to ASCII, convert it to hex, and write that in the file. So what should happen? So if I open that file this way, say for example, now I'm showing you an example what should be shown there. So you may see that this is a source string is converted here. So I want you to show this kind of output in my second file. Now what exactly you are doing? You are encrypting. You are encrypting the message, correct? Whatever the file contents are, you are trying to encrypt them. And we know the tactics now. What is the tactic? Our tactic for encryption? Take the character, find out its ASCII value, convert it to hex and write in the file. So you choose any damn programming language. I don't care. So this is your task. OK, nextly, so some small modification there. What is to be done is like whatever the ASCII character that is shown here, add 2 into it. Whatever the ASCII value is, suppose the ASCII value is 97, for example, for a character. Now, if you add 2 into it, what would be ASCII value? It will become 99. Now, whatever the character is, try writing that character in the second file. So this is encryption, another encryption mechanism. Understood? I gave you 2 problems. What are they? Can somebody repeat? Apeksha, can you repeat my first problem? What is the assignment that I gave? Apeksha, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Can you repeat the problem that I asked?
I didn't understand, sir.
OK, let us say that you have a file. OK, text file, plain text file, which contains some text like this. For example, let me go here. Let me pick from Wikipedia. Suppose if I take this text, whatever is written here. OK, so let me copy this text. Let me go to gedit, Control N. Now suppose my file contains this text. Now, what should happen is you have to open this file in a read mode. And you have to create another file. Suppose you have this another file along with you here. Now what should happen? Read one character from here. OK, find out what is its ASCII value. So if ASCII value is 57, for example, you write 57. Now Q, suppose it is 89. For I, it is suppose 63. I'm randomly taking, by the way. Yeah? So you go on. So I am expecting you to write these numbers the way that it is shown here. OK, understood now what is to be done? You have to make use of a programming language of your own choice. Open a file in read mode, which will contain your text. Whatever the text, we don't care. This text should be read character by character until end of file. So until you reach to this end. Read the character, find out its ASCII value, convert it to hex and write it in other file. And go on, continue this till this ends. When it is done, close both the files. And if I display this file from shell prompt, if I write cat this file, then it should display me these kind of numbers. Understood now?
Yes, sir.
Everyone? Understood my
Yes.
first question?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
OK, good. Now let us make a twist over here. Now what I want is I want to change my encryption algorithm. Now like I always give this example, like which I experienced while I was a child. So what used to happen is like we were 6 brothers and sisters, considering my uncle's son and daughter. So there were like 4 male and 2 females. Now, whenever we wanted to pass on some message, okay, and if we thought of hiding that from our sisters, then we used to make use of a particular language, which only could be understood by us. Like girls might be knowing, at least I know in Maharashtra, generally this is the girls are already trained in the school, like with this front. Like what they do is, suppose they have like I cannot write here in Marathi, but think of this. So if I write one statement, okay, one thing we can do is, let me try that doing, I don't know, like let me show you. Okay, let us go here and let us say. Yeah. So if suppose this is the text that is displayed that they want to communicate. Okay. So what they will do is, like when they start reading this each of the word, so they will add a prefix called, for example, ch. चम्मच होता है ना, चम्मच, उसका च. So च इंडियन, च प्रीमियर, च लीगचा, च 2016, च मौसम, चहा, च IPL. So every word would be prefixed by this ch. And like in the initial days, we used to be very confused with that language because they used to speak very fast. Now here you are seeing this text and I'm reading that text along with by prefix, adding the prefix there at ch. Now think of this. Suppose you don't know and suppose girls start speaking with themselves. I assume some of the girls might be knowing this. This chochi bhasha. That's what it is known. Like I enjoyed that one, that part rather. While even I taught it to my brother's daughter too. Like how exactly the communication should be done. Now when you want to hide something, okay, from others, that's what encryption techniques are. So I want you to make modification in our encryption technique. What exactly earlier we did was, we took this character, we converted to ASCII, then we converted to hex. Now what I want to change my algorithm. What I will do is, I will read the character, I will change it to ASCII, will add some 4 into it, and whatever hex is, I will write that hex there. If I want to get original text, what can I do? Now if suppose you generate this object code, like what we had here. Suppose I have this thing available with me. So when I know the process of translation, I can definitely say that what I will do, this is an hex 54. I will convert it to decimal, which would be ASCII value, and I will try to find out what is ASCII character for that decimal number. Then I will come to know that this is T. So this is decryption, encryption and decryption. So you know decryption algorithm when you know encryption algorithm. When you know encryption, then only you can decrypt. So when I said you have to add 4, ultimately what is to be done? What are the number that you got in ASCII? Okay. So add 4 into it. Suppose you get say 10. You add 4 into it, that 14. Convert that 14 to hex. That would be your character to be written. So suppose if it is 54, for example. So what I will do, I will add 4 into it. So it becomes 58. Now compute 58's hex and write that here. As an example, I'm telling you this. So I want you to work on both patterns. First is simple one, where what is to be done? You have to convert to ASCII. You have to find ASCII, convert to hex, write in the file. Okay, I will add the text even as an assignment perspective on Moodle. And second task is what? Same thing, only while you are taking the file, while you are reading the file, at the time of encoding, when you take ASCII value, add 4 into that ASCII value, then convert to hex. And then proceed further. Understood now what is to be done?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ritika Borade. Can you speak? Ritika, I'm not able to hear you.
Sir.
Okay. So I assume as Ritika is representative for you all, Now she said yes, so I'm assuming everyone understood it. So anyway, I would be adding some you may call it as like the text of the assignment on Moodle. So how many days do you think you will require to finish this assignment? At least first one, first program. I'm not providing any restriction to you with respect to language. I'm assuming that you would be using Linux platform. You use Java, you use Python. If you want, you can use Scheme language, which you learned previous semester. It is your choice. Okay, language is not a barrier. You can use Python. So if you ask me if Nitin Patil is part of your class, what language he will prefer to make use of? So he will prefer Python instead of C. Okay, because Python that way would be better language to learn. And even if you are using C, I don't mind. Even if you are using Java, I don't mind. Fine. Choose your own language. Only thing what is to be done, you have to submit your code, source code, and I will let you know what is to be submitted along with it. Okay. So like I'm assuming that you will go through all what you can call it as like videos. Try to find out if you find some problems in these simple transformations. Okay, I'm adding by the way the files which I used today. Okay, so you can refer these files. Okay, I hope they are reached to your end. Yeah. So you can refer these files, work out with it. And in next session, we'll be talking about doubts related to some of these.